Well, we've just been through some of Kamala Harris's low points. There were so many to choose from. But we'll bring you more of her howlers later on. But we thought, by way of contrast, we'd bring you some of Trump's great moments in this triumphant campaign. I thought the whole campaign, Pete, kind of... It started off quite... when he was being miserable. He was being a bit miserable and bitter at first. Somebody said to me, Tim Montgomery actually, he was quite right. He said, the thing about Trump is he's a confidence campaigner. And at the beginning, I think he didn't think he was going to win. He was very downbeat, very bitter, calling Kamala names. There was no joy about it. Then I think he began to smell victory, to sense victory, and then his campaign became joyous, funny, it had momentum, and you just felt he was steaming towards victory. But
I agree.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
Yeah, let's watch some of the moments though. This, of course, you know, this was actually the moment when we thought, right, well, that's it. Kamala doesn't stand a chance. Funny, not funny, strange the way this faded into history very, very quickly. I think mainly thanks to a left-wing media. But remember this?
You see something that said, take a look at what happened. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, my shoes down. My shoes.
Watch out.
Wait.
You remember that, Pete?
Yeah.
When so he's punching the air, shouting, fight, fight, fight. That was in July.
That was an incredible moment.
That will be. That somebody got a photo.
Oh, it's a stunning photo.
With the cobalt sky behind him, stunning like that. The security, the very short security women all around him. From Biden's woke White House. Thanks very much for that. And that was the moment. That will be the Time. You know, Time magazine. That'll be the picture of the year.
And if it's not, then it's clear bias against Trump. I mean, that photo, that photo was just stunning. I mean, it really turned the campaign for him.
But the interesting thing was at that point, I remember tweeting, "This is the picture that wins Trump the election." And everybody said it. I mean, you know, all the pundits, everybody, Andrew Neil, everybody, he can't lose now. And then it very, very quickly faded away.
It did. It was quite interesting how everybody just kind of, shuffled out the fact that somebody tried to assassinate him. And not once, but let's remember, twice. It is an insanity to me that, you know, this was explained away and it didn't have, the media just basically ignored it.
Well, I think they deliberately put it in the shade. They deliberately tried to put it on the back burner.
True.
And, you know, some of his opponents were saying what a shame that he missed and things like this.
Yeah, I know.
Some of the vitriol was extraordinary. But then, of course, it was the convention and he was turned up with his ear in a sling.
Oh,
These were great pictures.
Yeah, they really were.
But after that, he actually really fell down the polls, extraordinarily in my view, but he did. But then, of course, he started to bounce back, and he's a skillful operator. He's a showman.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple of other high points. This was towards the end of the campaign. Kamala Harris, pretty certain she lied about working in McDonald's at one point, and so Donald Trump staged his famous McDonald, what they call it, McDonald Trump.
Yeah. And
he was serving chip. Would you like lies with that at working at McDonald's? Let's remember that.
You doing a good job?
Does an excellent job.
She better, right? Yeah, she's beautiful. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, I see. Now I'm going to see that. Oh, that's your customer out there. Look at this guy. He's a MAGA guy all the way.
Okay, so for his first order,
Oh, boy, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody. This is not a normal situation, is it, huh? How are you? What a good-looking family. How did you produce those good-looking kids? Oh, they look like the wife. They look like the wife. How are you? Nice to see you. That's great. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay? Oh, you're doing some extra stuff.
Oh, okay,
This is all on Trump.
Oh, hold on, Trump.
I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yes.
Let's check and make sure it's everything you said it would be.
It better be. It's going to be the best you ever. I made it myself.
You're the man. Make America great.
That's their order. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
So he could talk to people, can't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a brilliant stunt.
Yeah.
But it also illustrates how he's got a way with people. Do you know who it reminds me of? Boris Johnson, who I've got a lot of reservations about as a politician, but very, very privileged guy who can talk to the common man. Donald Trump, very, very privileged guy, but he connects with people.
I think you're right there. One thing I think so many in the commentary continue to get wrong is they think that just because Donald Trump is incredibly wealthy, that he doesn't know how to connect with people. I think they continually get that wrong, both over here and in America. Trump's ability, like Boris, to actually connect and have a conversation with just your everyday average American is a great skill to have. And I think the left struggle with this because they spend so much time calling them names and just shuffling them around and telling them what they think, that actually they don't know how to connect with a different person because they've never bothered to even try. Donald Trump is genuinely interested in that, in the conversations that he has with people.
He understands the concerns and the feelings and the worries of ordinary Americans. He understood that, hence his policies that proved to be very, very popular. And then we move on, of course, to when Joe Biden, not by accident, I think, called his supporters garbage. And, of course, Trump was in on that like a ton of bricks as well, with the now famous stunt that you can watch now.
And I think that the comment made by really both of them, because there are really two of them, about being garbage, maybe 250 million people, they shouldn't be talking. That's like deplorable failure. This is the deplorable failure. And I think this is worse, actually. For Joe Biden to make that statement, it's really a disgrace.
Yeah, and then, of course, he leapt out of the truck and said he was going to take the vest off. And somebody said to him, no, makes you look slim,
it's brilliant, that.
So he kept it on for the speech.
Oh, I could agree more.
It was a brilliant... by the way, Piers Morgan, I think probably accurately, it's certainly worth saying, the McDonald stunt, Piers said, this is the stunt that will win Donald Trump the election. And by then, he was making America laugh again.
Yes,
it was feel good. And meanwhile, Kamala Harris and her mob are just snarling and calling
the doom
him a
and gloom
Nazi.
of the Harris campaign.
It was horrible.